Just in January, Arthur Blank, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, he made some changes within his organization. And in a minute, I'll be talking to the vice chairman of Arthur M. Blank Sports and Entertainment about what it all means. Hello, everyone. I'm Jabari Young, senior writer here at Forbes. And I'll be talking to Steve Cannon, the vice chairman of Arthur M. Blank Sports and Entertainment. Well, he was just promoted to vice chairman after spending a few years as CEO, where he helped launch the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the Atlanta United MLS franchise, and helping to run the Falcons. Steve Cannon, right now.
So it was, I've been CEO for AMB Sports Entertainment for like the last 7 years. And good organizations do succession planning really well.
Yeah.
And we had some senior leaders that needed some more growth/development room. And so we elevated them. I moved to vice chairman of the same portfolio, but now I'm operating at a different altitude, allowing Rich and Greg Beatles and Tim Zalowski, Garth Lagerway for Atlanta United, really competent leaders to do a phenomenal job. I'm still connected to all those businesses, but I operate at a different altitude. And all of that is designed so that we have a smooth succession. As you move from kind of one senior leadership team, if you're not paying attention to succession, that can really bite you. And a lot of companies, amazingly, don't do that very well. So Arthur committed to, smooth and proper succession, created a period of time to grow these leaders, and while I'm still around. And that's what I'm doing right now, vice chairman.
Yeah. Does your role change at all from the past, 7 years? Again, you've been with this organization since 2016. Does the role change, or is it, hey, I'm taking on more responsibility?
So the altitude changes, right? If I changed from CEO to chairman and I did all the same things, attended all the same meetings, I'm not giving the senior leaders their own room to grow. Right. So the way I expressed it, Jabari, is, I'm occupying a different altitude. You still have to stay connected to the businesses and what's going on. And, business moves really fast. And
that's right.
If you elevate too high in your altitude, you're out of touch. You can't add any value. So the art for me will be to kind of change altitudes in a way that allows me to continue to develop our senior leaders, add value for Arthur, take on extra strategic projects that are important for him. And that's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, well, congratulations on the altitude change and what's going on over there now. Looking ahead, April 22nd is Earth Day, and it's one of the reasons why we're connecting here today, because Mercedes-Benz Stadium, zero waste stadium. When I hear the phrase, I know what it means. I know what teams are trying to do with the sustainability push. But for the general audience, what does this mean that teams are now getting into zero waste stadiums and making sure that they're energy efficient and making sure that they're doing much better for the environment? I hear guys like Tim Lewicki, one of the pioneers in building these type of these complex, these huge palaces nowadays. They talk so much about it. We went through COVID, and obviously you know how important it is. But what does it mean, and why should your fan base be so excited that Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is a zero waste stadium?
So we're all challenged to reduce our impact on the planet, right? Whether that's greenhouse gases or landfill. If we don't take better care of our planet, it's not going to take care of us. Yeah. So there's an obligation as a member of a community, whether you're a business or an individual, to do your part. And for us at AMB Sports Entertainment, we set a very high goal for ourselves. First, we were the first stadium in North America to be LEED Platinum certified. That's a build standard. That means 10% of the energy for our stadium comes from renewable sources. That's solar. It's a whole build qualification, but we just didn't want to build a building and say we were done. Mm-hmm. We want to operate it in just the same kind of spirit. And zero waste means that all the garbage, all the refuse that we produce over the course of a year, and all the events and concerts and football games and soccer matches, all of those plastic bottles and aluminum cans and trash, if we're not careful, it all goes to the landfill. And we have a landfill problem in the United States. So in order to be zero waste qualified, you have to divert more than 90% of all the garbage refuse that you produce has to be diverted away from landfill, either into recycling or to composting. And we set ourselves that goal, and we achieved it for the complete year in 2022. And we are the first stadium in the world, which I'm pretty proud of, right? In the world, the first stadium to be true green certified, which is a great accomplishment. But if only we do it, it's not a big enough accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
So we've put together what I call a playbook. We're going to share that playbook across our industry as far and as wide as we possibly can. And if we can inspire any change and essentially say, here's what we did, here were the obstacles, here were the costs associated with it. And if even another building does the same thing, we will have moved in the right direction. My hope, Jabari, is that a lot of clubs will look at what we've done and say, hey, we can do that too. And we're going to share that playbook as far and wide as we can.
Yeah.